Hey everyone, welcome back to Books and Hustle. Today we're talking about Dear Enemy by Kristen Callihan. It's an enemies to lovers romance and it surprised me in a couple of ways. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. So let's get into the good, the bad and what made me stick with it. So let's get a quick rundown without any spoilers. So Dear Enemy follows Delilah. She's always kind of been in the shadow of her older sister Samantha. When they were younger, Samantha started dating this boy called Macon Saint. That's his real name. Macon, and Delilah absolutely hated him. They were always bickering and fighting, and they were really mean to each other actually during the school years. So yeah, total enemies. And then when they got older, Macon became I feel like it's Macon. It might be Mason or I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna call him Macon for the sake of this because I'm pretty sure in the book somewhere it said Macon, pronounced like bacon. Macon? I now don't know how to speak. But anyway, I'm going to call him Macon for this. So he became a famous Hollywood actor. And out of the blue, Delilah gets a message from him because her sister Samantha stole something from Macon and then vanished. And he was messaging who he thought was Samantha, but it was actually Delilah. So yeah, that's a total classic Samantha move in case you don't get the vibe of Samantha. So then basically to protect her mother's heart and so that her mother doesn't fall ill with stress and worry for Samantha, Delilah agrees to repay this debt for her. So she ends up moving in with Macon and becoming his chef and his personal assistant. So then it gives you this kind of forced proximity kind of romance, but also they hate each other. And so there's a lot of tension there. The actual enemies to lovers bit, it felt kind of more like bullying to lovers rather than enemies to lovers. And they were both mean to he was meaner to her for sure, but they were both mean to each other. So it wasn't like she was some weakling little girl that wasn't sticking up for herself. But there was this one moment in their childhood that she was really hurt by Macon. It kind of set the tone for the rest of her life, and you know, she really thinks about it and he really didn't. It was that kind of like bickering and banter and the back and forth that really kept me interested in the book. The personalities of the two characters, Macon and Delilah, I don't know if you necessarily would put them together. Kind of, he's grumpy. There is a lot more going on behind his grumpiness, which I won't spoil. But yeah, he's grumpy. He doesn't really want to like Delilah, but he kind of always has. And Delilah absolutely hates him. And she's really witty, really independent. She's got all these big dreams. So it was nice to like have a bit of backstory to them both before, you know, you kind of got them moving in together and having to work together. The banter was really great. There was lots of back and forth, like I said. And I really enjoyed how that went because it was quick and it was sharp and it was funny. So that was really great. One thing that I didn't really get, and I guess we needed it for the story to actually take place, but I don't understand why Delilah, I know that she said because of like her family and, you know, and Samantha's her sister, but Samantha did this really awful thing and then Delilah kind of took the blame for it, and it was like, oh, I always end up doing that for my sister. But this was like a whole year of her life that she was giving up to stick up for her sister when her sister couldn't even be bothered to like text her back some point. So yeah, I didn't really get why Delilah would do that other than feeling bad for what her sister had done, and that didn't seem like a strong enough motivation. Well, maybe I just wouldn't do that for my sister, but like I'd like to think I would support my sister, but I don't know if I would give up a year of my life when she's been consistently doing bad things. So that was one thing, but then we did need that to happen for her to end up having to move in with Macon in the first place, and then otherwise there'd be no story. If you like an enemies to lovers or bullying to lovers and you just want an easy read, I would definitely recommend this one. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It wouldn't be something I'd read again. I definitely didn't want to DNF it at any points. It just kind of middle of the roaded for me. I did enjoy it. It was a quick read, nice and easy. I liked the characters. I would have liked to have had more, like, there was a character in there called North. I liked him, and I would have really liked to see more like, because Macon obviously is a Hollywood actor, I would have liked to have seen more like events and see Delilah out of her comfort zone at these events. But yeah, it was a nice, easy read. I definitely would say pick it up if you're looking for something to read that is nice and easy and you like enemies to lovers. Overall, I would say this one is enjoyable but not life-changing. I did enjoy Kristen Callihan's writing. If you've read any of her other books, please let me know what I should pick up next down in the comments. And if you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe. I'm trying to post every single week. We're failing at the moment, but we're going to get there, I promise. So don't forget to hit the subscribe so that you'll be notified of the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye.